The profitable roofer. More jobs, fatter margins, less chaos. A square means 100 square feet of roof. A $1, 380 crew day can cost $69 a square, or $173 a square. Same crew, different roof. You own the roofing company. Your crew works hard. Your board says 20 squares. Payroll says the margin is thin. By the end, you'll know how to turn squares per day into a bid table you can trust. This is not a speed lecture. Fast crews are good. Bad categories are expensive. Price the crew day before it walks off the job site. Start with roof area. A roof plane is one flat roof face. Measure each plane, length times width, then total the planes. House footprint is not the roof. The roof is the roof. Bundle math can fool you too. A bundle is a wrapped shingle package. GAF, the shingle maker, lists 3 Timberline HDZ bundles at 98.4 square feet when installed by the instructions. Check the product, not the shortcut. Now price the day. Loaded crew cost means all crew costs for one workday. The formula is plain. Loaded crew costs per day divided by average squares per day. Then add overhead and profit. Run the source example. A $1, 380 crew day at 20 squares is $69 per square. At 14 squares, it is $99. At 8 squares, it is $173. That is the tell. That $104 spread is not theory. It is labor cost before overhead and profit. Bid an 8 square per day roof like a 20 square day, and the margin is gone before cleanup. So how many squares should a crew install per day? RoofSnap, an estimating software source, says use categories. Simple walkable roofs can start around 18 to 24 squares a day. Moderate roofs fall around 12 to 18. Steep or complex roofs fall around 6 to 12. How do you calculate labor cost per roofing square? Divide loaded crew cost by average squares per day. Use your category, not a shop-wide average. Then price overhead and profit after labor. Bucket 1 is the clean runner. Walkable pitch. Simple shape. Good access. Limited cuts. That is where the higher daily square count can live. Do not give that number to every roof. Bucket 2 is the normal headache. Some cut-up. A cut-up roof has many small planes and corners, a second layer, tighter access, a few slow details. That job should not carry the clean runner price. Bucket 3 gets a red tag. Steep pitch, heavy complexity, long setup, slow tear-off. The daily square count drops. If the bid does not drop with it, payroll eats the margin. The BLS, the Federal Labor Statistics Agency, describes real roofer work as measuring quantities, replacing damaged plywood, removing old roof systems, installing ventilation, aligning edges, and cutting around walls or vents. A roof deck is the wood below the covering. Ventilation means airflow under the roof. Field shingles move fast. Details slow the board. That is not crew drama, that is scope. If the estimate counts only field shingles, the production plan is already short. The 2024 International Residential Code, the Model Home Code, treats underlayment and flashing as roof assembly work. Underlayment means water shedding layer under shingles. Flashing means metal that blocks water at joints. GAF's Timberline HDZ instructions also limit installs to slopes of 212 or greater. That means 2 inches of rise per foot. The deck and existing surfacing need to be dry. Underlayment is part of the work. Fastening is work too. GAF specifies nail material, gauge, head size, and penetration. Gauge means nail thickness number. Penetration means how far the nail bites through. Nails are not generic if the warranty file matters. Now look at valleys. A valley is where 2 roof planes meet inside. GAF's valley instructions call for leak barrier, centerline fastener limits, overlap, cutting, and sealing. They warn that nails near the center can leak. That valley line is a profit sink if it sits inside the wrong bucket. The crew did not get slow. The roof changed categories. Price the category. Safety belongs in the math. OSHA, the Federal Workplace Safety Agency, says residential crews generally need fall protection at 6 feet or more. Guardrails, safety nets, personal fall arrest, or allowed alternatives take time. OSHA also calls re-roofing demolition work at heights. Replacement work exposes experienced roofers to uneven sheathing, sudden wind gusts, loose materials, and wet surfaces. A slick morning is a schedule input, not an excuse. Weather hits the same table. The BLS says roofers work outdoors in extreme temperatures, usually do not work during bad weather, and may work overtime in busy summer months. Heat and rain are production facts. Put safety and weather into the price before the postmortem. A postmortem is the after-job review. If the table ignores pauses, the owner blames the crew for math the office missed. Build your table from your last 10 to 20 jobs. Track total squares installed, crew days, roof type notes, tear-off layers, deck work, access, weather, and any slowdown. That is your shop's truth. Use crew days, not calendar days. A crew that gets 5 dry hours between storms did not produce the same day as a clean 10-hour run. Keep the record honest. Use 4 buckets if your market needs them. Simple, moderate, steep or complex. Resilience or high wind scope. Resilience means stronger work for storm performance. 4 buckets beat 1 average every day. Each bucket needs 4 fields: expected squares per day, loaded crew cost, labor cost per square, and notes. Notes are where valleys, access, deck risk, and weather live. Do not copy the $1, 380, unless that is your number. Use your payroll, subs, burden, truck cost, supervision, and the real crew day you pay for. Your table has to smell like your shop. Then ask one question before every bid: which bucket did sales assume? If the assumption changes, the labor line changes. That is the margin math. Run a pre-build huddle. A huddle is a quick crew planning talk. Sales tags pitch, layers, access, valleys, vents, deck risk, and weather window. Production confirms the bucket before the schedule locks. If the tag changes, price changes before the crew rolls. The cheapest time to fix throughput math is before the dump trailer leaves the yard. High wind work needs its own row. Building America, a government building science program, points to adhered membrane at eaves and rakes, metal drip edge, laps, fastening, and starter strips set in flashing cement. Eaves and rakes are roof edges. IBHS means the Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety. Its fortified roof is a stronger roof standard. It can add wider drip edge, fully adhered starter strip, sealed roof deck, and rated roof cover requirements. Those upgrades may be good scope, they are not free squares. Give them their own production row, or the job borrows margin from the next one. Here is the sales talk track. This roof is not a 20 square day because it has steep pitch, 2 valleys, tight access, and deck risk. Labor line changed before the contract got signed. Now put dollars on it. Price at 20 squares, then produce at 14, and labor moves from $69 to $99 per square in the source example. On 30 squares, that is $900 before overhead and profit. Produce at 8, and the spread is $104 per square. On a 30 square roof, that is $3,120 of labor swing before overhead and profit. That is a truck payment. The route still matters. A cleaner prospect list can book better inspections. But the route only pays if the job lands in the right production bucket after the inspection. That is where Roof Predict fits. Roof Predict is a roof age list tool. Use it to focus the route, then use your throughput table to protect the bid. Leads first, margin second. Both have to clear. The owner habit is simple. Every bid gets a bucket. Every bucket gets a squares per day range. Every range gets a labor cost per square. Then the crew can go fast without hiding a bad price. You do not need a brag number. You need a table. $69 a square and $173 a square can be the same crew, different roof. Run the number before it eats the margin.